My band, Relaxer, did a tour with Boris in Crip City and Lisa Belladonna in Japan. And I believe the idea for the actual artist pedal, like the Wata pedal, came on that tour, but I do recall working on a pedal for her right before I left, and I remember giving it to her at the first show. I don't exactly remember what it was, but I think I may have just brought it to her. I think it was Big Muff related. But I remember specifically talking about the start of the Hizumitas on a day off. It was the last day we were in Japan and we were all staying in Kyoto. And we talked about doing it. And I started on it pretty much right when I got back.
このHizumitasすっごく気に入っています。実はこれを作っていただくにあたって、私がもう20年以上前に出会ったエルクのビッグマフがあるんですけど、それを今までずっとメインで使ってて、このHizumitasはそのエルクのビッグマフを元に EQD で作っていただいたものなんですね。まずは大きい音が出せる環境に行ってアンプの音をすごく大きくしてから試してほしいです。空気を通して伝わる音の感じとか宇宙までつながっていくような感覚を感じてほしいと思います。
Well, the goal of the Hizumitas was to make an exact, like, sonic clone of her particular Big Muff. It has reverse polarity, the original one does, and that's probably the only real change that I made with the Hizumitas is it's negative ground, like modern pedals, so it could just run on a regular power supply, which means I had to change the transistors in it, so it's not the original transistors, but there's a few value tweaks in it to get it to sound like Wata's, but it's pretty close to exact circuit-wise. My understanding of it is she really liked her particular Sustainar and wanted something that would replicate it in a smaller format. I mean, hers is old and it's taped together, so it's pretty fragile, but she's had it on her board for a long time.
ジェイミー自身がミュージシャンなので、もうすごく現場のことをよくわかっていると思います。彼がミュージシャンとして音楽やバンドを愛してるし、ツアーを楽しめる人だからこそ、こういうペダルが作れるんだなと思います。
So the design process for it was pretty easy, but it was very long, much longer than I anticipated for a fuzz pedal. And the reason why is because I own the exact same pedal that Wata owns. I had her send me photos of the inside and outside detailed photos, and it was exact to mine. So I was building this clone based on mine. And I built one that I thought sounded exactly like mine, and I sent it to her, and she sent me back a list of notes. I made those changes, and eventually I got up to 7 revisions, and it took like over the course of a year, sending them back and forth before I finally asked her to send me her pedal, because it was starting to sound so different than mine that I assumed it must be wildly different. So I got hers, and I kept it for a week, and it sounded totally different than my pedal. And it looked exactly the same. So I actually took mine apart and measured each piece just to see what the tolerances were, and everything had drifted like pretty wildly. I did not take hers apart because I thought that might be a bad idea, maybe rude. So once I got hers, it went real quick. I made a new one based on that, sent it to her. She approved it with very minor changes. I did those and then it was finally approved. So the final version of it, really took like 2 weeks, I think, in the development, but that was at the end of a year. And obviously it was much different than working on a typical earthquaker pedal because I'm usually just worried about, do I like the way it sounds? And, I don't need to really communicate back and forth with anybody. And we also would have to use a translator to do it. So the process took a little bit longer than usual, but it was easy. It was definitely fun. She's great to work with.
かっこいい音が出ます。可愛らしいアートワークなんだけど、すごくゴリゴリな音が出る。そのギャップも素晴らしいと思ってます。
I think what I'm most proud of is just kind of being part of Boris's history. They've been around for a super long time, and they're a really interesting band that I've liked for, forever. I think as long as I can remember. And I mean, Wata is a really unique musician. It's cool to be involved in her sound.